Definition of tragiccomedy. Tragiccomedy is a type of drama that combines both tragic and comic elements in one story. It presents serious and emotional situations such as conflict or sadness, but also includes humors and light moments to balance the mood. Unlike pure tragic or comedy, tragiccomedy reflects the real life where happiness and sadness can happen at the same time. Because of this, audience can feel mixed emotion, both touched and entertained throughout the story. As a result, the audience is able to feel mixed emotion such as sadness, sympathy, joy, and amusement throughout the story. This combination makes tragiccomedy more relatable and emotionally rich because it mirrors the complexity of real life.
Purpose of tragiccomedy drama. Tragiccomedy is a combination of tragic, sad, and comedy funny elements in one story which not only entertains but also convey meaningful life lessons. Through this explanation, we will understand why tragiccomedy is so interesting and has a strong emotional impact on the audience. Let's take a look at the explanation together.
Characters of tragiccomedy. Tragiccomedy is a literary genre that combines elements of both tragedy and comedy. Its characters are more complex than its genre alone. The main characters include number one, a mixture of serious and humorous elements. Tragiccomedy brings the experiences such as the conflict or suffering with moments of humor. This combination allows the audience to experience both intensity and real happiness at the time. Number two, the story is not completely tragic. Unlike the tragedy comedy does not into tragic side, essentially the characters might be very struggling with it enjoy some of enjoyment or positive outcome. Number two, person of the serious and comic characters. The story often follows introduce different types of characters. Serious characters replace the comic characters with bring humor and lighten the mood. This makes the story more unique and engaging. Number four, heavy conflicts are softened by humor. Serious issues such as betrayal, attitude, injustice, and loss characters in a way that includes humor or drama. This helps comedy emotional and makes the story easier to relate. Sometimes this one is like than full tragedy. Also, the story deals with serious themes. The overall tone is not dark or death and tragedy. There is moments of joy, or pleasure that balance the mood. Number six, an expert plot development. Tragiccomedy often includes serious situations, marriage or family, to final or vice versa. This keeps the audience involved in emotional involvement. Unlike tragedy, sad ending or comedy happy ending, tragiccomedy has flexible ending. Happy ending programs are produced positively, bittersweet ending, a mix of happiness and sadness, often with interpretation to the audience. And the last, number eight, the perfect real life. Tragiccomedy mirrors our real human experience. Real life is not really happy or sad, but combination tragicomedy is a type of drama that combines sad moments and funny moments in one story, so that audience can feel emotional but also entertained at the same time. So now, I will give some example of tragicomedy from different types of drama. So first of all, is Korean drama. It is Crash Landing on You. This drama tells the story of a South Korean woman who accidentally lands in North Korea and meets a soldier. The tragic part is their relationship is very dangerous because they come from different countries. They can be separated at any time. But the comedy part comes from the funny soldiers and culture difference, which make many scenes very entertaining. So this drama makes love, danger, and humor very well. So the second drama from Korea is Goblin. This drama is about an immortal man who wants to end his life. The tragic part is he lives forever and loses the people he loves. He feels very lonely. But the comedy part comes from his funny interaction with Dream Reaper. Their conversations are very entertaining. So even though the story is sad, it is still enjoyable. So the type or the third example of drama of tragic comedy is classical drama. Is it about Romeo and Juliet? This is a famous story about two young lovers from enemy families. The tragic part is their love is forbidden and ends in death. At the beginning, there are some funny moments, especially from Mercutio, who likes to joke. So the comedy helps build the story before the tragedy happens. So the third, I have action drama. With the title is it a Rush Hour. Movie is about a police officer from different backgrounds working together. It is Jackie Chan drama or Jackie Chan. You know the Jackie Chan, right? And the tragic part is the kidnapping case and dangerous criminals. It is the tragic. So the comedy comes from their different personality and funny moment conversation. So the movie is both exciting and funny. The last I have Disney or animation. It is Toy Story 3 or Toy Story Season 3. This movie tells the story about toys who are afraid of being left by their owner. The tragic part is the separation from Andy, which is very emotional. But the comedy comes from the funny action of the toys and their unique personality. So the movie is emotional but also fun to watch. So
tragicomedy is a type of drama that combines serious tragic elements and humorous comedy. There are 5 elements in one story. The first about theme. The theme in tragicomedy is often about life, love, or social conflict. It usually presents serious problems, but humor is added to make the story more interesting and balanced. For example, a story about a family facing financial problems, but there are funny moments from the family members that make the audience laugh. The second about characters. Tragicomedy includes two types of characters. The first about serious characters. Characters who face serious problems. The second about comic characters. Characters who create humor or funny situation. For example, the main character feels sad because of a problem, while a friend makes jokes to make the situation lighter. The third about plot. The plot in tragicomedy is a combination of serious conflict and light or funny situations. Audience may feel both sadness and laughter at the same time. For example, a person loses their job, but funny events happen while they are looking for a new job. The fourth about dialogue. Dialogue in tragicomedy contains emotional and humorous expressions. Some lines may make audience feel touched, while others make them laugh. For example, a conversation where a character talks about their sadness followed by a light joke to ease the tension. The last about setting. Setting refers to the time and place of a story.
Structure of Tragiccomedy have 5 points. 1. Exposition. This is the beginning of the story where the characters, setting, and basic situation are introduced. The audience starts to understand what the story is about. 2. Rising action. In this part, conflicts begin to develop, problems appear and become more complicated. Both serious, tragic, and light, comic. Moments start to mix, and the 3. Climax. This is the most intense part of the story. The main conflict reaches its peak and the situation feels very tense or emotional. And 4. Feeling action. After the climax, the tension begins to decrease, some problems start to solve, and the story moves toward the ending. And the last resolution or ending. The story ends with a happy or bittersweet ending. Not a problems are always perfectly solved, which make it feel more realistic.
I just had to let you know you're